Yo, what's going on, homies? I'm back with another video. I want to show you what I've done to my apartment since the last time I filmed here. Boom! New floor, baby! And guess what? Your boy did it all by himself. Well, my dad actually helped me with the kitchen and the front room, but this is my bedroom, new floor. I just need to get the baseboard in all along here, and then it comes into the closet as well. It's kind of hard to see because there's a bunch of stuff in there, but it's in there. I'm actually really proud of myself for that, and I'm stoked that I was able to like get it done, because the carpet that was in here before just not the call. But check this out, dude. I thought about before filming this video, oh, I should probably clean up a bunch of stuff and make it look all neat and tidy, but like this video, my YouTube videos, I don't want it to be about me just like creating this picture perfect image of myself when I record, because I'll be honest, my life isn't picture perfect and I got a lot of issues just like everybody else. And yeah, so right here, this is actually a cool, fun new project that I got going on. These are all cabinets for the kitchen. I want to get all new clean cabinets. They're gonna be the same color, but they're gonna look and feel so much better than they have been for the past, I don't know, 6 months, 7 months since I've been here. A lot of progress happening here, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about my V4 signature scooter with Lucky Scooters. So I've already opened my V4. I've already ridden it, but I've already, you know, gotten a feel for it. It's awesome, I love it, but I just haven't recorded a video with it just yet. So that's what this is all about. Boom. Dude. Oh, before I get into this, I want to show you something. Bro. It's a little mini Lego Porsche 911. My girlfriend got me this for my birthday, which is like 2.5, 3 weeks ago. Probably one of the cooler presents that I've gotten in a long time. I've never had Legos growing up, but it's pretty fun building it, and I love 911, so I'm having a good time with it. So I just actually watched back the clip that I just filmed here on my computer. It kind of feels like when I'm in this room, it's super echoey. I don't have any sort of like way to dampen the sound in here. So I had it all set up. I was gonna open the box, open my scooter here at the table, you know, show you the complete that I already have. But I'm just gonna scratch that idea. It looks cool in here, but it sounds bad, so I'm just gonna go into my room. It's not gonna look as like neat and tidy, but I don't know, I don't care. Lucky always kills it with the boxes. That looks like aesthetic, right? So even though I have 100% say on what the graphics for my scooter will look like, I don't have anything to do with the box. So this is always kind of a fun little surprise that Lucky has for the riders. These unboxing videos are so quick because Lucky has basically the scooter already put together. That's literally it. Unboxing video is already completed. It's been a little while since I've been on YouTube. I'll see the comments every now and then. You guys are like, why aren't you uploading on YouTube? Or what's going on? What's going on with you guys? I'm curious. Who you been watching? Who you been watching on YouTube? I haven't been uploading. Obviously, you must be eager for new content. Kidding, obviously. For me, I've been actually working a lot with my dad, and he's a general contractor, so he builds houses and all that stuff. So I've been learning a ton about framing and like how houses are built, and gaining a lot of experience. So that's kind of been like main priority. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy just working with my hands. You know, scootering and the YouTube type of work is like, you know, it's fine, but I'll be honest, it's not like my favorite thing in the world. And I want it to still be a part of my life, but I think I still, like in the future, see myself working in other capacities, like in the construction industry with my hands and stuff. Oh, there it is. And now here it is, baby. Let's go. I am like still stoked and like thrilled when I see this thing in person. Bars look super clean, got the camo graphic on the front of the bar. You guys have already seen these wheels, and I told you in the last video that I made about my V4 wheels that it would fit perfectly with my deck. And now I'm curious, what do you guys think? Did I do a good job? Does it fit? Do the colors work together? Okay, so I'm gonna put the scooter together. All I gotta do is drop the bars onto the fork, tighten the clamp, and then it's good to go. And then I want to explain where the graphics, the idea for the graphics came from, why I chose the colors that I did, and a couple other things that maybe you won't be able to notice just from like looking at it. This is sick. Heck yes. Okay, so this is everything you need to know about the V4 Cody Flom SIG scooter with Lucky Scooters. To start out, the graphics, all of the graphics are based on this verse right here, 2 Timothy 2:4. So if you didn't know, 2 Timothy 2:4 is actually a Bible verse, and it says this: "No one serving as a soldier entangles himself in the concerns of citizens, but instead he seeks to please the commanding officer." So a lot of times the Bible refers to Christians or people who are followers of the way of Jesus as soldiers. And the reason that it does this is because as believers and also just as humans, we're fighting a war against an enemy we can't see every single day. That enemy is the devil. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard that God has a plan for your life, which is 100% true. But just as God has a plan for your life, so does the enemy, Satan, also have a plan for your life. And a lot of times when we're not ready and prepared as soldiers to fight against the deceptive lies of the enemy, then we end up actually living out the plan that the devil has for our life instead of the plan that God has for our life. And I don't know about you, but I want to be ready, able, and willing and prepared as a soldier to do the will of my Father in heaven, the commanding officer, so that I don't fall into the ways of the enemy or the ways of the world. And that's where all of this camo came from. So as you can, imagine, a lot of times when you're in a war or when you're in a battle, you gotta blend into the land that you're fighting on so that way the enemy can't see you. In this case, you can kind of imagine yourself in the polar ice caps of Antarctica, even though, of course, you're never gonna have a battle there. But just humor me for a second. You're in the snow, you wanna blend into the snow, camo blue, that's where that works. So that's the idea behind the camo. But then you might be thinking, why did I choose a shoe and why are there wings on it? Well, a shoe I think is the best single object that I could think of to represent an entire uniform. I could have put a whole outfit, but it just probably wouldn't have looked as aesthetically pleasing on the centerpiece of the deck. But I know that a shoe is a good representation of a uniform. For me, I need different shoes when I'm rock climbing, when I'm playing soccer, when I'm running, when I'm scootering, or when I'm just walking. That's 5 different shoes for 5 different activities, if you will. Adding to the emphasis of like, you gotta be prepared. You gotta have your uniform ready for whatever it is that the Lord is calling you to, or whatever season of life that you're in. And then the wings on the shoes, for one, I just think they look really cool, but also it kind of plays into what the Conquer logo is. So that's the gist of the graphics. I have also the verse right here on the side of the deck, and then camo all along the side as well. I'm stoked on how it turned out. On the right side of the head tube, I've got a lucky clover with my signature right there. And then on the left side of the head tube, there isn't a logo, just graphics or just camo right there. And the reason that I always leave one side of the head tube open is because if I ever do meet you guys at a skate park, wherever you may live, and you're riding my SIG deck and you want a signature, this is the spot to do it because it's not gonna get rubbed off. It'll last the longest, whereas if I go on the bottom and stuff, it gets like dirty, or you might grind and scrape it off. So that's kind of the designated spot that I've chosen every year for signatures. And then the grip tape, I feel like Lucky kills it with the grip tape every single year. I never even bother changing grip whenever I get a new deck. just because I love how gritty and or how grippy the grip that they make is, and also the graphics is just like very simple, very sleek. It just works. I don't know, I'm stoked on it. This year, something that's a little bit different. I chose a white fork. I was thinking about going with white bars and white fork and white clamp. I thought it was a little bit of overkill, so I just chose the clamp and the fork to be white, and I feel like it turned out really good. Kind of just like a little accent piece. I feel like it plays in really, really well with the color and the graphics of the deck. Same with, of course, the clamp. It's just dope. The Lucky headset, classic. Revo, spins great. I always have it super tight because I just like the stability of it. And then black aluminum bars, perfect size for anybody that's probably like 5'10" is probably the max height, and then anything lower than that, dude, it's gonna work perfect for you as a park rider, or you know, if you want to ride anywhere else, that works too. Why not? White grips at the top. Dude, I'll be honest, these things are gonna get so dirty, but they look so good, and I couldn't resist. It just like, it flows into the whole look of the scooter. I couldn't not put white grips. This is the first year that I've done something like that. A cool little update that Lucky did to their decks is the front of the deck reinforced right there, kind of like a blunt plate. Stronger kind of like reinforcement strength wise for the structure of the deck. I'm pretty sure the weight of it is still the same as last year. And then the back, we've got super hard plastic for the dropout, so that way this part doesn't close in on your bolt, because that has happened in the past and it's kind of annoying. So that solves that problem. Again, like the weight is pretty much the same as last year, just over 7 pounds. The length is the same and the width is the same as well. This is 20.5 long by 4.8 wide. Dude, I feel like it's just the sweet spot for anybody who's into park riding, anybody who is into hitting big box jumps, big quarters, or bowls. This gives you just enough foot space, if not more than enough foot space, to do anything that you're wanting to do. The way that Lucky designs their decks as well, the head tube is so far forward, it feels like you're riding something that's like 22 inches long, but in reality it's only 20.5. So there you have it. This is my complete, from top to bottom, all luckied out. My scooter right now, I'm just riding my deck and my wheels. Oh. And you might be thinking like, why don't you ride your full complete? To be honest, like, I would ride my full complete. I do enjoy it. I do like the feel of it. But when you've just ridden a scooter for so long and it just works, you kind of say to yourself, why would I make any changes? This has kind of been my go-to custom complete STS with a super light fork as well, and then the tie bars. Honestly, I would love to have tie bars on my full scooter complete, but dude, it just gets so expensive, and I want to create something that is affordable, it's super attainable for riders like you that want to, you know, up their game when it comes to the scooter that they're riding, but also not like break the bank. So this whole complete is $250. Just as a point of reference, the bars that I ride, you know, if you buy these individually, they're like $150, and that's not even including anything else. So that's kind of the reason, or that's where I'm coming from when I am designing the scooters that are out with Lucky. Dude, honestly, it's probably cheaper if you want to customize the deck, buy the whole scooter. You'll have extra spare parts, and you'll be able to go anywhere you want from there. So if you want to check out my complete for yourself, nice photos, all that good stuff, links in the description to Lucky's website. They got the whole rig right there. It's available now. I mean, from the website, you can buy it anywhere in America, and they're available in Europe. I'm stoked on how it turned out. I'm stoked on, I don't know, I'm stoked on another year with Lucky. Oh yeah, one more thing that I kind of forgot to mention, which actually this is one of the cooler aspects of the deck that I think we have this year. I asked Lucky when we were designing it, I was like, hey, can you make it the same texture as my first ever SIG deck? I don't know if, you know, how long you guys have watched my videos or seen me ride or whatever, but my first ever SIG deck was a similar blue color to this, and this was all intentional. I wanted to make the color of the deck similar to my first ever SIG deck, kind of like paying tribute or paying homage to you know, my V1. But not only that, but the texture of it is the same as my V1 as well. So last year I had kind of like a gloss finish on it. The year before that, gloss finish. But the first year I ever did a SIG deck with Lucky, it had kind of like this grit to it. Kind of like the Evos that they used to make back in the day. It's not gritty like it's gonna like rough up your hands or anything like that, but it just almost gives you something to like feel on your fingers. It's not like you slide right off it with your finger. It's almost like you wanna stop and like, oh, whoa, I didn't realize that, you know, the deck was this texture. I didn't know it felt like this. That's one aspect of the scooter that I'm most stoked on, to be honest with you. Just because I feel like it worked super awesome the first year. And honestly, I'll probably continue doing this texture thing with future SIG decks if that ends up being the case. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have another one out soon. Hopefully, like I said though, dude, work's been working a lot. So prioritizing that, the Lord's got me in a cool season of life right now. So thanks for sticking with me. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Deuces.
Oh! I tried to tail whip off and it didn't work. Oops.
Dude, that was rad. You can get this if you want.
Sorry?
You want to land that?
I did land it. I tried to tail whip off the edge.
Oh.
I just got bug.